making our dyno pull is making sure that this lab-grade lambda sensor or oxygen sensor is calibrated to the ambient air so we know we're getting good, accurate readings.
DVR even has an in-house weather station, which really helps dial in precise calibrations.
Ready to fire up? Let's get some heat in this thing.
We're going to start and make a pull from 2,000 to 4,000. If we like what we see, we'll go from there. If not, we'll make some changes. Go from there. We kind of take baby steps. We look everything over. We look at the boost. We look at all the temperatures. We check the belts. We check the drive line, make sure everything's okay. With the help of One Racing, we make changes based off of what we saw, and then we make another pull, usually 2,000 to 5,000. On and on until we get to the rev limit of that vehicle, until it's done. So taking baby steps is a way to prevent accidents. The finished product is we have an SCT handheld that you're going to have two different tunes on.
All right, on a street and track tune, we're looking pretty good. Now he's got it set up making a lot of torque on the bottom end, and our horsepower curve looks great, and it's still rising when he shuts it down. Look at our numbers. 522 horse at the rear wheels, 525 pounds of torque, 11 pounds of boost. Rock and roll. I want to drive this thing.
The potential you have is you're barely touching the surface. We're only at 11, 12 pounds of boost. That engine could easily run 15 to 17 on pump gas. If there's anything that I could do differently on this build, it would probably be a bigger blower, just because I like to go fast and I like stuff big and fast. So that's about it though.
All right, now on a pump gas drag tune, where he added a couple of degrees of timing, this thing responded by making 550 horsepower and 540 pounds of torque. So, needless to say, we're beyond sight, and we're going to have to flip a coin or arm to determine who gets to drive this bad boy home.
We were very pleased with how we were able to accomplish the goal for this truck. I feel like the calibration it's in is going to be very safe. You're going to get a lot of fun out of it, and there's tons of room for potential.
Hey guys, welcome back to Trucks. Now you've seen us work on an EcoBoost F-150 before, but the last time we had one in the shop, well, it was about utility and service. Where this one, it's about power and economy.
Now, we all know that a power programmer is a great way to get a little more seat-of-the-pants feel and more high performance out of your gas-powered vehicle. But like with my personal vehicle, I've got a programmer on it, but it locks me into premium fuel, which is more expensive. But today, we're going to show you a programmer that allows you to use the less expensive 87 octane and still get great performance gains.
Upload this one.
No. There's a lap donut.
Thanks a lot.
Some health food inside or something. I'll go get some granola. Now you guys know that the 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 underneath the hood of these EcoBoost F-150s get decent fuel economy while still making a fair amount of horsepower and torque. Well, Hypertex figured out how to improve on that with their line of programmers. This is their Max Energy Tuner. This tuner can read and clear trouble codes, recalibrate for changes in tire size or rear axle ratio. You can change when the cooling fans come on and off, and you can adjust the top speed limiter. And of course, it's internet updatable. Now, as far as tuning options go, you can tune for 87 octane or premium fuel. And on 87 octane, on Hypertex truck on their dyno, they showed gains of 65 horsepower and 58 pounds of torque. On the premium fuel setting, they showed gains of 87 horsepower and 101 pounds of torque. Not bad at all for a half-ton gas-powered truck. So we're going to take this thing over to the horsepower dyno and see what it'll do. So, like we always do, we strap this thing down to the horsepower dyno to get a baseline average of 3 runs. We ended up with 312 horsepower and 355 pound-feet of torque. strong showing for a stock pickup truck. Then it was time to upload Hypertext 87 octane calibration so we can make some more runs and compare it to what we just did using the same fuel. Now the tuner downloads the stock tune and stores it, just in case you ever need to return the vehicle to stock. Then it uploads the modified 87 octane tune. The process is simple and only takes a few minutes. You just follow the prompts. Cool. Let's turn some rollers. Then we made 3 more runs at wide open throttle and in direct drive. What we ended up with was 326 horsepower and almost 359 pound-feet of torque. Alright, with the 87 octane tune out of the way, let's put some 93 in this thing, see what it'll do. Cool. Now this time we're filling up with premium fuel, and for us that means 93 octane. But if you live in an area of the country where 91 octane is premium fuel, well, no big deal. This tune was based off of 91 octane as the premium. And with the higher quality fuel, along with the more aggressive tune, well, we ended up with 332 horsepower and 350